I think the San Antonio Spurs have just figured out the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I think we called it. Allow me to explain. What's going on, guys? BoxInOne here, giving you guys a Christmas video wherever you're watching this, hoping you are having a safe and lovely time with friends, with family, with loved ones. From all of us at BoxInOne, happy holidays and Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. With that being said, though, obviously with Christmas today, NBA Christmas is upon us. The Knicks completed a 17-point comeback against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And at the time of this recording, this video, the Golden State Warriors and the Dallas Mavericks are just beginning their battle in the Bay. But the most important matchup today, in my opinion, in our opinion on BoxInOne, was the Spurs and Thunder trilogy game. Now, first, these teams met in the NBA Cup semifinals where the San Antonio Spurs won a 2-point game, 111-109 in a nail-biter and Wemby minutes restriction. And that Wemby game was so crazy because he finished with 22-9 with a couple of blocks, and he had a 21 plus minus and only about 20 minutes of gameplay. Absolute insanity. Then this past Tuesday, December 23rd, at home in San Antonio, the Spurs 20-balled the Oklahoma City Thunder. Fun fact about that loss, that was the Oklahoma City Thunder's first loss over a 5-point deficit this season. The loss to the Blazers was only 2 points. The first loss to the Spurs was 2 points, obviously, and then the loss to the Timberwolves was 5 points. This was the first time the Thunder had lost over 10 points, getting 20-balled, and then on the road, the Spurs do it again, winning by 15, led by De'Aaron Fox, going absolutely insane. There's something about this Spurs and Thunder matchup where if you beat a team once in the NBA Cup, okay, that's the NBA Cup. That obviously is not an asterisk of a win, but there's a later video we got coming on the NBA Cup as well, kind of explaining our thoughts on why that NBA Cup may not be a great determiner of who is the better team in the league, depending on some of these matchups. Then you had the San Antonio win. Obviously, you're at home, you're rolling high. You just beat this team. Wemby's on minutes restrictions, but it's less minutes being restricted. Beat them by 20. Crazy impressive. Then 2 days later, you get on a plane and you beat them at home by 15. Yeah, you got that team figured out. And I think the thing that I'm going to play right now is our clip basically showing you guys how we called this Spurs Thunder matchup going November 29th, 2025. And this was an excerpt from our video about how Oklahoma City Thunder's defense was so unguardable. But I'm going to have roischand take it away. November 29th.
Speaking of like the switch, I think the Pacers were like the best matchup for them. They're also a team that was very switchable as well. Like Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner's a perimeter player, sorry. And then you got like Nesmith, guys like Nesmith, TJ McConnell, even though he was hurt. Andrew Nembhard, who should play point guard. He was playing two guard against next to Halliburton. So I think that's the main thing. You got to have guys that can, not one dimensional or can actually move their feet well. I think that's the best way you're going to beat the Thunder if you can.
And when it comes to outscoring, I think the one team in the West that can do it, and they showed it last night, and nobody can agree with me, that's fine. The Golden State, no, I'm just joking. I do think the San Antonio Spurs have it. I do think the San Antonio Spurs, on the guard realm, they do have, you got Vassell, Harper, Castle, Fox. That's going to be hard to go with in the playoffs, especially if they make a move for a wing. No disrespect to Harrison Barnes, but you get an actual wing on that Spurs team.
Shout out Harrison Barnes.
And Wemby's doing Wemby things they can't, because Wemby is one of those guys where I don't really feel like you can contain him. I mean, the Phoenix Suns just made him post up from 18 feet out. Obviously, that's not going to work for him. But we saw what he did to AD in that first game. We saw what he was doing to everybody. We saw that Wemby had 9 blocks, and Wemby's also a one-man zone, so he's going to slow down OKC. I think the Spurs and the Nuggets probably have the best chance to stop this dynasty. So as you can see, we both agreed the San Antonio Spurs had the best guard conglomerate to do it. Downhill scoring was something that Ja Morant was really good at in that Oklahoma City Thunder series. He said, I had them figured out. Obviously, the meme where he's blocking out the camera and then the camera shows another angle. I understand there's a lot of things about Ja Morant in his career. People may say he talks too much, he underperforms, he doesn't show up in the playoffs. Sometimes he's very injury prone. His future with Memphis and in the league in general, along with certain guards like Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, etc., it's a little bit up in the air right now, but I digress. The one thing Ja Morant does not do is lie when it comes to figuring teams out or saying that he figured teams out. Ja Morant was torching the Oklahoma City Thunder in that Game 3, exited the game after being up 37-66 at home. And then from there, the Thunder completes the comeback. But even still on that sweep, the Thunder had a very close Game 4. And again, downhill scoring with Scottie Pippen Jr. That is what gave the Thunder problems. Another thing about the San Antonio Spurs team, they have a big presence. They have Victor Wembanyama, they have Keldon Johnson, They have Harrison Barnes. They have Luke Cornett. All guys that will put their body on the line for rebounds. Even guys like Dylan Harper, Devin Vassell, Stephon Castle. All these guys will put their bodies on the line for the boards. The Spurs are a team that has a better paint presence than the Thunder. Chet is not a rim protector. They were attacking him almost the entirety of this game. Chet Holmgren does not have the athleticism to make up for his frame being a little bit smaller and sometimes being bullyable in the post. In that December 23rd win where the Spurs won by 20, they were attacking Chet again and again and again. Today, same thing. They were attacking Chet again and again and again. Hartenstein is also not a rim protector. He's a great rebounder. He can pass, get those little floaters up, pseudo-facilitate, but he's not as versatile as a big as Victor Wembanyama. But the main story today is De'Aaron Fox. 33 minutes, going for 29, 4, and 3 with a steal and a block. Only 3 3-pointers made on 12 for 19 from the floor. He was absolutely hooping. 21 in the first half. J-Dub couldn't guard him. Shea couldn't guard him. Case and Wallace, Aaron Wiggins, Caruso. He's just too fast and crafty for these guys, man. He's way too elite of a downhill scorer. And I remember this conversation surrounding De'Aaron Fox. Oh, they got to trade De'Aaron Fox because they can get a young guy. I understand that Dylan Harper's him, Stephon Castle's him, Devin Vassell is him. But guys, you need De'Aaron Fox. He's only 27 or 28. He's a very young guy in this league, despite the fact he's been in it for some time now. Harrison Barnes played great tonight. 15, 6, and 1. Vassell only gave you 5 points, but he still played very good. Great two-way player. I love that Vassell is really settling into this pick and pop 3-shooter role. You've got Castle, you've got Harper. They all don't need to be ball handlers unless it's required. I mean, I remember a few games ago where the Spurs actually beat the Nuggets behind Devin Vassell going for 35. He can still handle the ball and he can still score everywhere on the court. But right now, he's their 3-and-D guy. Love that. Keldon Johnson, 9 and 7. He's doing good things. He's getting into his bag more. He's being more aggressive with the rebounding, almost a double-double. Wembanyama with 19-11, 2 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. I mean, this guy does everything in only 26 minutes, still not playing the full 30, 33 minutes that starters may play. And they're absolutely frying the best team in the NBA, the Oklahoma City Thunder, 26-5. That's still a league best record. But, I mean, man, they have figured something out. When you don't let OKC get into their sets, you fight through the screens, you force them to play man on one end, and then you hunker down and play man on the other end. Because if we're being real about this Oklahoma City Thunder team for a second, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, probably the best guard we've seen in the league since Stephen Curry, James Harden. I don't think that's a crazy take at all. He's doing absolutely amazing things this season. MVP favorite for a reason, or one of the favorites for MVP. I know it's Luka, Shai, and Jokic at number 1 right now. But what I will say is that when you take Shai away from this offense, Aaron Wiggins, spot-up shooter. Cason Wallace, spot-up shooter. Isaiah Joe, spot-up shooter. You got A.J. Mitchell, who can create his own shot. Caruso, Dort, spot-up shooters or need screens to create. A lot of these guys in open space when you play man are not that scary. It's not that J-Dub is playing bad. J-Dub was getting clamped by the physicality of Harper, by the physicality of Barnes, Vassell, Castle. These guys can hang with the Thunder, man. It's not like they're a smaller team like the Pacers, where you got TJ McConnell and Neesmith just holding on to dear life, and they still did good. You've got guys who are big and who can match the size and the speed and the intensity. And the Spurs are just younger and hungrier right now, man. Wemby does not like Chet, and I think the Spurs feed off of that. They do not like this OKC team automatically getting dynasty shouts after one championship when the other team's best player tore his Achilles after sparking y'all in the first quarter. They're getting dynasty chance, and the Spurs are like, well, if anybody should be getting dynasty chance, it should be the Spurs, who were once a dynasty. And we have a generational talent. They have Area 51. They have Pineapple Castle. They have Vassell. They have Cornette. They have Champagnie. They have Johnson. They've got guys that can do great things, and they haven't even tapped into the bench. Sochan's not really getting minutes right now. Carter Bryant is still a weapon they have yet to unleash. If they trade for a guy like an MPJ, Trey Murphy III, oh my goodness, it's over. Because they're doing all of this right now while not even having a solidified number 1 wing guy. And they are doing this to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think the Thunder can definitely still win in a hypothetical playoff series. The Thunder have been really close a few times. It's just the downhill scoring of the Spurs. They've got to find a way to figure that out. And I'm not even going to say that the Thunder are still not a Western Conference favorites. NBA champions for a reason. League best in multiple areas for a reason. But Victor Wembanyama is an absolute cheat code. And if they don't figure that out, they may never figure out the San Antonio team. With that being said, though, guys, that is going to do it for us today. Again, as always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Christmas video for you all. We were going to do like an NBA Christmas recap, but I figured it's a lot more important to focus on this game and then see what happens later. But again, as always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow all of our socials in the description. Episodes coming soon on Spotify. You've got us on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, daily content there as well. Again, for the last time, as always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Click that notification bell to be notified when BoxInOne drops our newest content, and we will see you all in the next one. Happy holidays.